could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
Australia's leading sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
swimming,
basketball,
netball
and athletics,
you'll see this logo.
it's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
and you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence.
Real Guys, Real Sport, Bar TV.
Well, welcome everybody here at Bar TV's epic production, I guess, of the Twilight T20 competition, of course, brought to you by the Commonwealth Bank. It's been an absolutely magnificent couple of weeks here at number one sports ground in Newcastle. We've seen some excellent cricket, we've told some great yarns, and we have witnessed some magnificent batting, bowling in this short form of the game. And I tell you what, I was speaking about yarns just a second ago, and there is one yarn spinner that the crowd has asked for back. He is an ex-Waratah Mayfield guy. They are playing Wests here today. Murray Christie. Murray, welcome back here.
G'day, Gareth. How's things?
I'm good. I like the lazy draw you've picked up off your day off, mate.
Well, exactly right.
You're looking forward to this one, mate, being a Waratah expat.
Well, I'm going to try and be as
Waratah
unbiased.
Mayfield, sorry.
Waratah Mayfield, exactly. But I'm going to try and be as unbiased as I possibly can. Obviously, as a life member of the club, I have a deep soft spot for the club. But I'm looking forward to a good contest. What I'm interested to see today is that over the last 5 T20 matches, the side that's batted first has won the contest. And, well, it'll be interesting to see if that continues on today.
Yeah, it's an interesting trend, and I guess the pitch, it's in absolutely fabulous condition out there. You were out there earlier on. It's been the same pitch they played on for the entirety of the 2 weeks. We've seen a lot of rain in that time, and we've also seen a lot of sun. So the other day when you're here with us on Tuesday, it was a little bit soft underfoot, but it's an absolute belter here today, isn't it?
It is a belter. There's plenty of grass cover on it, but it is an absolute rock-hard belter. There should be plenty of runs scored. I suggest to you the side batting first would need to post a score of at least 160 to be in the contest.
Yes, definitely. Both captains with a pretty attacking approach to the T20 game. We saw Wests last year. They were very impressive in the T20 format. Both sides at the moment tracking along in the NDCA at about the same rate.
Yeah, I guess there's room for improvement in both outfits. If I remember that corresponding game 12 months ago, West did quite a number on the Waratah boys. West did bat first on that occasion. Waratah have gained some confidence after their win last Saturday against Newcastle City, and so it's up to them to go onward and upward from here, Gareth.
Yeah, so we've got Onslow out there, and Brock Gilmour up the other end. Murray, I don't think it is. I'm
going to say Dean Marjorie
Banks. Yes, it is Dean Marjorie Banks out there. And Lozchek, the big, tall pole, will be taking the ball for West. He hits the pitch very hard, so it'll be a good test early on for these two batsmen just to get a partnership going. We haven't really seen that too much, apart from, I guess, the Hamwicks game the other day where we saw that magnificent partnership between Weber and Trappel, or Trappel. Trappel in France. Let's hope.
May we?
Let's hope, I guess, for the Waratah Mayfield guys that they can get a partnership going early on and really take advantage of the power play.
Absolutely. The umpires today, and thank you very much to Royce Golden Tonsils McCormick of 2NURFM fame. I've actually lost the tweet, but the umpires today, Ross McKim, former Merewether and Walls End player, and is now the current treasurer of the Umpires Association.
First ball, Murray. We'll get back to that, and he's flicked that away. There's a Fine leg in play there.
And the other umpire is John Porcheron, current committee member of the Cardiff Bullaroo Club. So I dare say he shouldn't be umpiring their games. His father, Ron Porcheron, was also a long-serving umpire for many years.
Well, there you go. We love our umpires here at Bar TV. Of course, today, if you want to get involved in the coverage at Bar TV Sports on Twitter, hashtag Bar TV Sports as well. It's the NDCA T20 live on the Bar TV network. And here comes Lozchek again. Oh, he's had a slash at that. What a shot. And it is over the fence, and that's a great-looking shot there. Wow, so Waratah now, their intentions are clear. They're going to have a go here, Murray.
And a great shot by Matty Onslow there. He's grown in confidence. He scored a half-century last Saturday, but he only lent on that ball. There's a nor'easter blowing. It's the short boundary and a new hard ball. Didn't have to do too much to put that away.
Well, short offside, outside off stump. Oh, this one's up in the air, though. He's gone for it, coming around the field. It's tricky, but he's under it. Taken nicely by Ben Chew. So Ben Chew picks up a wicket. They didn't need that early on, Waratah Mayfield. He went for it, and I guess that's what they have to do early on, Murray.
Indeed, but I dare say ball selection plays a major part in batting. And I mean, he'd hit the six the ball before, and it was a bit of a half and half shot. And in the end, as we see on the replay, he skewed it in the air backward of point, and Ben Chew has made no mistake.
Yeah, definitely. He's looking to hit that over extra cover. Of course, the power play's in play at the moment. 2 players outside the circle, only allowed, and trying to take advantage of that, and unlucky there. Good positive play early on, though.
Indeed, and I've taken the liberty of doing a little bit of research on both sides over the yesterday evening.
Your day off.
On the day off.
Your RDO.
Yeah, and Peter Lozchek has been quite impressive as the season's gone on.
He's got a very good action, and he hits the pitch hard, gets that bounce. That's going to be called a wide, though. He gets that bounce, I guess, through his height.
Yeah.
And he looks very, very sharp, doesn't he?
He does. He hits the wicket hard. I imagine on a wicket like this, he possibly needs to be a little bit fuller. Otherwise, the batsman may take full advantage. Dean Marjoriebanks has been a first-grade cricketer for some time now.
So he steps forward. Might have been going down leg there, Murray.
I'd suspect so as well.
Looked like it had a bit of shape to it too. Maybe the in swinger.
In swinger to the left hand,
To the
a little
left-hander, I
bit of
guess,
late shape, yeah.
Well, we saw the Russian the other day. We've got the Pole here today, bowling in Lozchek.
Yeah, that'd be Polish, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Being of Polish stock myself, we're probably related.
Polish Welshman. You don't see too many of those.
Yeah, it's an odd combination. Vodka and sheep.
Because vodka and potatoes is the...
Yeah, I mean, my wife's cooking a roast lamb at the moment as we speak.
Oh.
And she's Maltese, so...
Yeah, I think I got hot tongue and cold shoulder.
How is that cold shoulder served, Murray? With a bit of spite?
With a cold heart.
And very, very good. And that's blocked away. Of course, Mrs. Christie, your lovely wife, Alana, if she's listening out there, we appreciate you letting Murray out of the house to commentate with us here on Bar TV. Of course, bringing all the grassroots and mid-tier sports to you live across the country, into your lounge rooms, on your iPads, on your iPhones, if you like. Snap in a tweet of where you're watching this coverage of the NDCA T20 competition. Tag the Commonwealth Bank in if you want. Of course, they are the major partner for this twilight competition and doing great things for cricket all around Australia.
Even if it's to give Chrissy some tips on how to prepare that roast.
That's right. Well, it's already prepared. I'll get home and she'll be saying, this is something I prepared earlier, darling. So here's Mackenzie. Here's the captain here today. And they're starting with spin here.
Benny Woolmer.
Benny Woolmer, of course. He is the captain out there.
Benny Woolmer.
Synonymous with cricket in Newcastle.
He's given fantastic service to Newcastle cricket.
Oh, it's come out the back of the hand. Full toss. Probably should have been dispatched there.
Yeah, but with Benny, you just don't know where they. I mean, he bowls. He doesn't get a great deal of turn. He's mainly wrong-uns and toppies, but he always bowls on the spot.
They got. Oh, that's a nice ball there, beating the outside edge there of the captain. So they have got a long on in place for Mackenzie. So
A
maybe
long on and a deep mid-wicket.
tempting him to play to the offside here.
Yeah, I guess what it tells me, Gareth, is that because there's nobody deep behind square, that Ben Woolmer's going to look at bowling sort of an outside off-stump line.
There's plenty of space over in that cow corner. That's another good ball there by Woolmer, showing all his experience here.
And as you see, we haven't seen a ball pitched on the stumps at all. So it's very smart bowling, really. I mean, it's a game of restricting the batsman in T20.
Has he got a flipper in him? Oh, that's the quicker one, though.
We just saw it then.
Of course, being an ex-leg spinner myself, I knew it was coming, Murray.
You got all the tricks, Gareth?
Oh, mate, you couldn't grow up in the 90s with blonde hair and not bowl leg spin.
And a fat stomach.
And a fat stomach, that's right.
You're more of a stocky build, weren't you?
Yeah, more of a stocky, athletic build, Murray. Hit through my teens and early 20s.
40s?
I wouldn't say 40s because I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah, it was a maiden, Gareth.
Yeah, good over there. The maiden bowled. 1 for 8 is the score. And Woolmer using himself early. And interesting here, they're going to rotate the bowling. Lozchek won't continue after his first over. There was 8 runs from it.
Hayden Quinlivan.
Yeah, Quinlivan coming in now.
Yeah, this is interesting because if it's the same, if it is Hayden Quinlivan, he was playing first grade for university around the time that I gave first grade away, which is around 2005. He doesn't look that old though, at first glance.
So you played till you're 45, is that what you're saying?
35, Gareth. 35. No, that'd be him.
35.
Yeah, looking at the monitor. Yeah.
You were 35.
35.
In 2001 when we played rugby together.
Felt
Let's be
55 then.
serious. I don't know how when I was putting you through all those holes. Making it easy for you, doing all your tackling.
The other way with that
Doing
cut one grab.
Yeah, cut one, car door.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're in the middle of cricket here. Sorry to confuse you. And here's Quinlivan. Slower delivery there, just getting his line right. Getting his shoulders warmed up. If he bowls like that, he might get dispatched a few times, I think, Murray.
Well, if he's the same person I'm thinking of, his shoulders are probably nearly ready to fall off.
That one's a bit shorter, finding the fielder there. I guess a backward point position.
Yeah, I think he's just slightly backward.
Slightly backward of point.
Yeah.
So a couple of dots here by Quinlivan. They go for it down the ground. Not going to get to it. The outfield's very fast. It's running on. Can the fielder get there? It'll be a good effort if he can. Yes, he can. Nice fielding there. Almost slipping on the throw there. The big pole, Lozchek.
Nice piece of fielding, but you're dead right there, Gareth. The outfield is tremendous and has been for the 6 T20 games.
Yeah, they gave it a bit of a mow early on in the week. It was a little bit thick, I thought, last week, but definitely this week we've seen plenty of 4s and 6s. Stepping down the ground, looking to take on the bowler there.
Have to bowl again, though. Interestingly enough, Gareth, they've only got one fielder in the deep, so they're really looking at ringing up the field and putting the pressure on the batsman. It's an interesting tactic.
Yeah, I think it's good. They've got, I guess, what is a short cover there?
Yep.
In play.
Well, I thought Hayden Quinlivan might have been a bit unlucky there because I think Dean Marjoriebanks had every opportunity to get bat onto that, but nevertheless he's called wide, and I guess as long as there's consistency, that's the important thing.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like he might be moving a bit out there as well, Murray.
Yeah, he has been known to swing the ball.
Moving and shaking. Oh, got a big edge on that, and they'll be Filthy that the slip wasn't in there. They come around, and that's going to be 4 runs. They'll take it, but not a confident-looking shot by any means there by Marjorie Banks.
Indeed, and it looked to sort of take off. It's probably hit the seam, hit one of those, hit the real grassy area, and I think the ball was past Dean Marjorie Banks before he realised. Or on Dean Marjorie Banks before he realised.
Yeah, so taking a while here to adjust to the conditions. Oh, that's nicely struck, but their fielder cuts it off. Unlucky there. It was a nice-looking stroke by Marjorie Banks. So now the captain will get the strike, Mackenzie. I think it's very important not to panic here. They need to push the singles around. Get to, if they're around that 50 runs by, I guess, the end of the power play, it's going to be a very good effort.
Indeed, and I'll be interested to see how their import, Paulson, performs.
Yeah, it's actually Poisden.
It's Poisden, like Poseidon.
Yeah, plays out of Sydney Northern Districts as well, so he's come up here with this import rule. I think we were talking about it yesterday, how positive it is for this Twilight T20 competition as the ball beats the fielder. Certainly evening up a couple of these teams that I wouldn't say lesser ranked, but at the moment they're not, I guess, competing against the better known teams.
No, I think you're spot on, Gareth. I think it's great for the competition. All the clubs have the opportunity. In fairness to Merewether and Hamilton Wickham, they've chosen not to take advantage of that. But yeah, I think it is a good contest, and it introduces Sydney players to the Newcastle way of playing as well.
Yes, definitely, and we all know the Newcastle way of playing. That's play hard or go home, as it looks like Tom Allen will have the ball here.
What was Aberdeen? Your head's still on play on.
What's that?
Yeah, Aberdeen.
What do you mean? Is that the
Aberdeen boys? We're
touch the Tiger when Goodwin.
Yeah, where he comes from and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, touch the Tiger. They used to touch the Tiger before they ran out. Of course, the Tiger giving them superhuman powers.
Oh, no, you told me they can't run without a head.
That's right. They can't run without a head in Aberdeen. So, and again, we get back to the cricket.
What, because you got cleaned up too many times against Aberdeen?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I was good at ducking and weaving. And that's gone down leg side, and he hasn't called it for a wide, Murray. That's contentious, to say the least.
No, I think it was all right.
Anything down leg side's considered a wide
It
these
wasn't
days.
that leg side. We're probably not going to see a replay. I think it went over off stump.
You are absolutely kidding, Murray. It wasn't even leg side anyway. He's hit that back nice and hard. Of course, we all know that was over off stump, Murray. What are you trying to say?
Of course. And Tom Allen's and slipped straight into a nice line and length, actually.
Yeah, definitely. Good line and length. And there's 3 overs completed. They've only got the 19 runs so far, tracking at just over 6 and over. And that might be called a wide. Yes, it is. That one, in fact, is going down leg side.
And it turns out I'm right, Gareth. Yeah, Hayden Quinlivan did play for uni previously. Had 4 years off. He's now aged 32, so that would sound about right. He was only a young bloke when I was 103.
When you're playing till you're 40. Coming in again. Oh, and that could be called a wide too. Yes, it is. So just struggling. He was spot on early on, wasn't he? I don't know why he's not trying to target the same areas. He's trying to get a bit of variation happening, and the last couple of balls just hasn't worked for him.
Might be trying a little bit hard, but the umpire certainly had a good long look at that one before calling wide, but I think he was spot on.
Well, the wicket keeper there, he had to dive about 4 metres to his left. And that's a nicely bowled delivery on the toes, forced to dig it out there. Of course, the wicket keeper out there for West is Shakespeare. Quite an agile-looking keeper.
Well, particularly if it's William. Thought he'd be a bit tired by now.
Definitely a direct descendant. Oh, that's back of the bowler, and they won't get a run there. I thought they may have tried to push through on that. Try to put some pressure on the field. That's what they need to be doing here, this Waratah side. We've seen sides over the past couple of weeks. They really have, the better sides have tested the field and push for ones and push for twos as well.
Yeah, interesting. I think the West boys have done their homework on Dean Marjoriebanks as well, because they've really loaded up that sort of a lot straight of the wicket, straight of the batsman.
Yes, and he's tried to go over the top. The fielder coming around, and that's out. Nicely bowled, nicely set up, and Marjoriebanks will find himself walking all the way to the dugout. He might even bypass the dugout and give himself a shower, Murray.
Cold one.
Why not? It's hot out there. It's humid conditions, and the wind now just picking up as well. So that'll be better conditions for the batters out there.
Yeah, and it's a warm afternoon, and the West boys, as we look at the replay, didn't quite get onto it. And mid-on runs around and takes a comfortable catch.
He tickled it, didn't he?
Yeah,
He didn't really get into it.
neither here nor there really, Dean Marjoriebanks. But clever captaincy. They've kept the field up, put a lot of pressure on.
So Wilson coming out now to bat.
Liam Wilson will have 2 roles today. He's an accomplished, high to middle order bat, but also he'll be bowling the off spin for Waratah as well.
Well, I had 2 rolls, and they were 2 sausage sandwich rolls before. Of course, the Canteen Open here. Oh, that's a nice shot. Almost to the fielder, but it will go all the way to the boundary. Nicely placed field.
Yeah, he nearly hit him on the chest there, but
That's a drop.
Yeah.
In any case, that's a drop.
he just got enough bat on it to, and there was no problems using the pace of the ball and the ball sailing to the boundary. But what could have been?
That's right, 2 for 25. What was been, of course, as I was saying before, it is free entry here today in the last of the Twilight T20 competition here, run by the NDCA. So if you are at home, you're looking for something to do, I'm told it's going to be shocking weather tomorrow. So if you want to get the kids out of the house before dinner, come down here, let them run around. The canteen's open. And as I mentioned, the rolls are very, very good. And hopefully you can come in, and this tournament has drawn a pretty healthy crowd throughout its entirety, Murray.
Yeah, and reasonable crowd building up tonight too, Gareth.
So they've elected to go with spin. This is Wivel here.
Aaron Wivel.
It is Aaron Wivel, you're correct. He tends to push it in a bit quicker. We saw the captain, Gilmour, likes to use a bit of variation. I think Wivel will look to just try and peg it in sharp and get these dot balls.
Once again, we've got a fielder in the deep. Interestingly enough, only one fielder in the deep, and that looks like a deep mid-wicket. So once again, they're not looking to bowl on middle or leg stump.
Oh, back of the bowler. He has dropped it off his own bowling. It was a tough catch to take, but as we know, I'm going to count that as a drop, Murray.
He's entitled to get that one.
He was
That's for
entitled to
sure.
get that one.
I've branded you a hard marker in the past, but no, that was a gimme.
So they drop a player back. Tries to guide that through the field there. Backward point. And I guess a shortish third man, Murray. Would you call that?
Yes, I would. You've really become a student of the game these days, haven't you?
Yeah, that's right.
You and Curry are
Cricket 101.
builder's labour at Kurt.
I took Cricket 101 at the University of Cornflakes Packets.
Maiden.
Yeah, another maiden there, so good bowling here by the Waratah Mayfield side.
Well, maybe the west side.
Oh,
but
sorry, the west side, yeah.
Yeah, with Waratah Mayfield going at 5 and over. And this is during the power play as well. We've only got one more over the power play. Captain...
Yeah, not really where they want to be, is it?
Well, West have got to be quite happy with that.
So they'll need to get a few runs here. He's got a big edge on that. Third man.
Is Benny Woolmer the captain?
Yeah, he is.
So, yeah, Benny Woolmer would be quite pleased with their start at this point in time.
Of course, you would have played against Ben Gilmour.
1,000 times.
Very competitive.
And with. Oh, yeah, very. Super competitor.
Yes, of course, and with as well.
Yeah.
He won't be getting the life membership, will he? That's whipped off the legs. Nicely played, and that's going to go all the way to the boundary for 4. And we see the Waratah players picking up off their own batsman.
No, Benny Woolmer played most of his cricket with Charlestown and a couple of seasons with with Merewether, and then took on a coaching role at West.
Oh, that's whipped over the top. Might not find the boundary, but the outfield's very fast. It's running on, and that's a good couple of balls there. They need to go in this last over of the power play, and they are.
Yeah, interestingly enough, like all bowlers have only bowled one over. We see Anthony Hobson introduced to the bowling attack now. Hobbo's been a tremendous competitor, spending a lot of time. He's a very accomplished Sydney umpire these days.
There you go. That one's a bit short, a better line there.
Yeah, so much so that in the women's Big Bash, Hobbo's been umpiring a few of those games down in Sydney.
Yes, and of course, Bar TV been covering the WBBL for cricket.com.au in a production capacity. That's in the air, that's out. So he's got another breakthrough there. Hobson takes the wicket. He got smacked around earlier on the piece and comes back with a bit of a nothing ball, but it was a nothing shot too.
Yeah, and one must ask the question, how many times in an over, you've just hit 2 fours, how many times do you go to the well?
Well, I guess it was the last over. It's the last over of the power play. They want to take advantage of that with the fielding restrictions.
But unfortunately at 3 for 34, you live by the sword, don't you?
You certainly do. What sort of sword, and you say this all the time, what sort of sword do you own, Murray?
Epee.
Does that open your letters? One of those little desk letter ones?
Epee, the cup, thrust and parry.
Of course, Murray not fulfilling his Olympic dream this year as they've taken fencing out of the Olympics.
Damn. Blast.
So we've got Brackenbury here.
Yeah, Josh Brackenbury, an attacking left-handed batsman. We've got 2 left-handers out in the middle now for the Waratah Mayfield boys.
Well, I think they'll be happy, I guess, if they can get to 40 before this over's finished.
I think they'll be happy to get to the end of the over, still 3 down.
So 3 for 34 is the score. Oh, that speed in the field there. Poor piece of fielding, really. That's going to go for 4. If we can get a look at the replay, it was nicely struck, but the fielder needed to pick that up.
Oh, it's a misfield, but Josh Brackenbury, all he did was he just leant on that ball. This is how he basically approaches his batting. He has got hard hands, and I guess that's sort of part and parcel of the way Josh plays.
Yeah, I believe his nickname is Mafia as we look at the shot here. He leans on balls that much. Murray?
Right. Why is it Mafia?
Because they lean on people.
Oh.
That's what I'm told.
No, that's fair enough. I never saw that coming, Gareth.
That's all right. Wivell here, resuming.
I thought you meant he asked a lot of people for a favour.
What's kind of leaning, isn't it? We are a nation of leaners and lifters, I'm told. And that's hit finally. The third man is... Sorry, that was the final leg is up.
And even though the power play has ended, Gareth, we've still only got one batsman, one fielder out in the deep.
Yeah, this is good attacking
well,
stuff. They do drop a fielder back, but this is good attacking captaincy here by Gilmour.
He really wants to choke them, doesn't he? Even take out the 1s and 2s.
Well, there's still runs there, enticing these batsmen to hit. Blocked away. One thing, I guess, that I've noticed so far, Murray, they're not really moving their feet for the spinner. At the moment, they're kind of a bit statuesque. Oh, and that's what you get when you don't move your feet, Murray. And that's a wicket. Bowled there.
And you could be on the money there, Gareth. There's a degree of hesitancy with the footwork, whether it's a lack of confidence or a bit of unsurety about the hard ball with the grassy wicket. But Waratah Mayfield find themselves at 4 for 39 in the 7th over and in need of a partnership.
So Morley is the man coming out now, and he's chopped on and really need to meet the spinner at the pitch of the ball and try and get some singles. Of course, great field set here by Gilmour attacking. I like to see attacking cricket.
Well, attacking is king, as we see Blake Morley stride to the crease.
Being a specialist fielder myself, I like to see.
Specialist short leg.
Nice. bat pad, mate. There is a difference. So they've dropped to a couple out again.
Yeah, so Blake Morley. Again, as you can see there, Gareth, hard hands.
Yeah,
so you'd be looking to seize on any loose delivery. But I must say that Aaron Wivel hasn't delivered too many.
Oh, nicely taken there by the man in close.
Yeah, this is different, isn't it? Like I've now called 3 games, and this is the most attacking field setting that I've seen.
Yeah, we haven't seen it all, have we? And it's good to see by the west side. Oh, that's nicely taken as well. So the man in close doing his job, and that's a good over there.
Very good over.
Just one run off it.
And a wicket.
And the wicket, of course. So what are the two players out there doing at the moment? Do you think they have to steady this shit, really? There's still a lot of overs, I guess, in regards to T20 cricket. And there we see the magnificent stop there. So,
well, it's a real balancing act. And all of a sudden, you've got to reassess. You're now 4 down. And
yeah, still only with the 2 outside the circle. This is good stuff here by Warmer. As captain, he finds the gap there, but the fielder comes around. And so I guess they don't see that these Waratah Mayfield is threatening with their long shots.
Well, they probably, and Ben Warmer probably realises that at 4 for 40, Scott McKenzie, the captain, is out there. They might have to reassess. Okay, let's aim for 120 as opposed to 160. We just need to re-establish the goals. Go from there.
Well, we've seen 120 is a hard chase at this number 1 sports ground. Not many teams batting second have got over the 120 mark. Of course, we saw yesterday Wolves End.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Merriweather only just posted a little bit more than 100, did they not?
Yeah, that's right. They did. Yeah. I think they got 106 all out. Oh, that's the French cut, as we renamed it yesterday, the Spanish cut.
Okay, fair enough.
Purely because French fries. We had Ben Homer up here, and he couldn't find the origins of French cuts. I gave him one job, and purely because French fries were actually made in Spain. So we've gone with a Spanish cut. Oh, that's gone away. He's got a bit of an edge on it. It's going to run all the way to 4. Warmer hangs his head up in the air. And that was unlucky not to be caught there.
Yeah, lucky edge, but in T20 you need to ride your luck. I actually did read that somewhere, that French fries originated from Spain, and it's been validated by Early Crow Homer.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There,
the university man.
Well, he's seen Hamwicks this week, and he's kind of changing his tune, Murray. Oh, that's on the full. He's whipped it away. The outfield's pretty quick, but it looks like the fielder there will run him down. Ben Chew.
And it's cautious, but it's good batting by Scott McKenzie. Tell me, how's Ben going solving string theory and those monopoles?
Well, he had some good news yesterday. A boundary rider. He can't be here today. He's probably been out celebrating all night. He made it into university. So Ben Homer, if you're listening out there, again, congratulations to getting into law/communications.
Look out, Sheldon Cooper.
Now, we love Ben Homer. He does a great job for Bar TV Sports. If you want to get involved with Bar TV Sports, of course, check us out on YouTube, our YouTube channel, Bar TV Sports, our Facebook page, Bar TV Sports, and, of course, if you ever want to get involved in the game, at Bar TV Sports. Our major partners here for this NDCA T20 competition is, of course, the Commonwealth Bank and your friend, Jody Whitehead at Kingsgrove Sport, Murray.
I was only talking to his lovely wife today, Danielle.
And were they happy with all the promotion you've been doing, or they want a bit more?
Well, Danielle hadn't switched on, unfortunately. Hopefully she's about to tonight. But, she's quite pleased for him.
Wivel again. He's punched that one in nice and sharp. They found the gap, though.
He's bowled well, Aaron Wivel.
So I did overhear the other day off the microphone that you're putting on the whites this weekend, Murray.
Incorrect.
Oh, you've turned it down. The call to arms. Will they revoke your life membership for that?
Hope not. They didn't revoke Greg Arms, and he does a lot of work for Charlestown these days, so think I'd have to knife someone.
Oh, that's going to be close. So Wivel, he's looking dangerous here, the spinner. It's a nice atmosphere here. The cloud's just coming over now, so it's really cooled the temperature. So the fielders will appreciate that as they go for the quick single. This is better stuff.
Yeah, good positive running, putting pressure on the fielders.
And we saw the fielder unable to come up with it there.
Yeah, and West haven't done too much wrong in the field, so that's good pressure.
They've taken all their catches, come their way.
Oh, except for Aaron Wivel's gimme.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That's a drop.
I played cricket against Aaron's dad, actually, Craig. That may surprise you.
Doesn't surprise me at all, I'm sure.
Scooter, his nickname.
I'm sure you know most of these players' dads from your time hanging out at the Exchange Hotel and the Kent Hotel and wherever it is someone of your age goes and plays.
Star. As we see the end of the over from Aaron Wivel, it used to actually be quite a social atmosphere at the Kent and the brewery and all that back in the 90s. There's a whole heap of cricketers used to congregate on a Saturday night.
Yeah, definitely. It was always a place you used to go and obviously sing karaoke. What's your karaoke song, Murray? What's your go-to number?
Elves' Suspicious Minds.
Is that just you're suspicious of your own mind?
We're caught in a trap.
Oh, don't do it to the viewers out there. I apologise, Murray Christie. Actually, that was not a bad Elvis-esque voice there, Murray. Even do the facial expressions for those that obviously can't see.
Thank you very much.
All right, Murray. Elvis has left the building now. As they get off another good single there, cheeky single. Hobson continuing his spell here. And do you call it a spell in T20? It's not really a spell, is it, in T20?
Cameo.
Yeah.
But it's clear to me that Scott McKenzie has said, right, let's sort of dig in, build a bit of a partnership, and then let's see where we are with 5 overs to go.
Yeah, definitely. They need to keep these wickets in hand now. If they can get to close to 60 after this, they won't be too disappointed, and they won't do it with shots like that.
Must have been a good delivery, though. It bamboozled the keeper as well.
Yeah, definitely. Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare, yeah.
Looking at the pink ball, wasn't in his glove. He said, "Where art thou?" Oh, that's a better looking shot there. It's going to run on, is it? The fielder will do well to stop it, and he does. Picks it up one-handed, and that's a nice throw back to the keeper. So good fielding there by the West side, showing they're very keen to keep this Waratah Mayfield score as close to the 100 mark as they possibly can. I think 100 is a really safe total to be chasing here.
And a good move by Ben Warmer. He's just noticed then that it doesn't have to be hit too hard to go to that boundary. And there's 4.
I don't know if he got any bat on that at all.
He did.
He did get a bit of bat on that, so it was a catch.
He's feathered
There was a
it.
chance there and not taken.
And as the runs start to accumulate, Ben Warmer's put a bit of protection out of deep mid wicket. Not a bad move. He's protecting the short side. But a little bit of occupation of the crease, and all of a sudden Waratah find themselves at 4 for 56.
Oh, he's whipped that, so there is a fielder down there. Fine leg. So they've got a few more out now, so a bit more defensive here, the West side, and probably about due for that as they look for a few singles. It might make the run total a little bit higher, I guess.
Well, there's a lot more gaps, so therefore the 1s and 2s and dare I say it 3s can be picked up. But it's a sign that these blokes have been in. They've only been in together for we're into the 4th over of this partnership, but it's meant that Ben Warmer's been a little bit more defensive.
Oh, he tries to flick that one away as well.
He's
And
got
it's
a
going
bowl
to be
again.
called wide.
You get crucified in that leg stump. Oh man,
You sure do. Don't have to.
a good Friday.
Every Friday's a good Friday for me, Murray. He's reached that one. There's a run in that, but they don't go for it. Bit of hesitation there by the men at the non-striker Zen Morley.
Well,
I thought-
Scott McKenzie's actually run one. He's got halfway down the wicket, then ran back, but unfortunately they don't count.
Well, they should count. Maybe that's if all our rule makers out there for T20 cricket. Let's bring that in next year.
I think that warrants a strongly worded email from you, Gareth.
Yeah, well, we've got 2 new rules we want to bring in play. A free shot for a wide, and now if you run halfway, it's half a run. I'd give him half a run.
I was waiting for something else then, actually. When the umpire does the lasso, he's got to strip off and only wearing a G-banger or something like that.
I tell you,
That'd be your
as
go,
much
wouldn't
as
it,
I
Gareth?
respect and appreciate everything that these NDCA umpires do, that's one thing I don't want to see, Murray. And again, Wivell continuing his spell. He's got them under a spell at the moment. They can't get him away.
This is his 4th over. He's done a tremendous job.
He's the Medusa of spin bowling. Oh, nice shot over the top there. There's a fielder coming around to cut it off. They'll get 2, and it'll be misfielder there. Will they go for 3? Oh, they're going to go for 3. It's going to be close.
Good running.
Yeah, well
good
run
running.
there by the Waratah Mayfield side. So putting pressure on the field. They haven't really done that so far. They're starting to do it now, Murray.
Yeah, the pressure's starting to build. Medusa, good movie.
Yeah, definitely. Good myth as well. One of the
Snakes?
face- The
Yeah.
snake head, yeah. So again, it seems to be dropping in temperature.
Nice.
I think we're clear of rain though, so it should be okay. And that's hit back nice and hard. And they run nicely. So this is well done here. The captain, Mackenzie, talking to him pre-game. He was confident that he was going to last the innings once he got out there. I offered him to come up here for a bit of a chat. If he got out, he said, "Oh, that won't be happening. I'll be in." So not short of confidence, the young captain.
Not short of putting pressure on yourself, I suppose, is there?
No, you've got to sing it and bring it, mate. Please don't go into Elvis again.
It's like Glenn McGrath, like Glenn McGrath's 5-0 theories.
Yeah, that's right.
He got one of them right.
So a bit of an adjustment here with the field. That's well placed.
That's a gimme.
Yeah, it is.
Dropped.
Oh well, what do you do? I've got nothing to say. That's the first time that I have been speechless. He
Yeah,
should have held it. It was hit straight back at him.
Benny Woolmer.
The fielder was put in place, and
He doesn't drop anything.
he never drops. He hasn't dropped one since 1989.
It's getting cold. Hell's going to freeze over. Wow.
And a nice little piece of trivia as well. Our man we've got a tweet in, and I've got an email in, a formal email in actually from our head of production in at the bunker, Mark Priest. The Wivels actually live next door to Mark.
Ah,
So there you go.
you good bloke, Scooter.
Definitely.
Formerly from they originate from the Walls End Club. I think Aaron spent a couple of seasons as a young bloke at Walls End, and then made the move to Wests.
Well, the Bar TV bunker is out that way, so that makes sense. Coming in now is Lozchek. That's a full delivery, full toss, and unable to dispatch it for more than a single. So Lozchek, a loosener there. He had an early spell. He was very quick, hitting the pitch very hard. And he didn't hit the pitch at all that time, Murray.
Give him time.
So this is well played here by Maul. He's come out under a ton of pressure, and he's kept a very level head. We were saying yesterday in the coverage that we're looking forward to this match. These young Waratah Mayfield side, they're going to be a team, I think, that's going to build over the next 5 years. And we see the lights coming on. And if some of these guys can mentally, I guess, get their concentration together, not like that we saw just there, the big swing, then they are going to be a good team of batsmen coming through.
Absolutely, and I think the important thing is that they stick together as a unit. I mean, a lot of these blokes are still eligible for under 20s, or under 21s. So yeah, there's a lot of young talent there at this point in time.
Oh, full toss, and he's got that. Oh, I thought he got that to the right of the fielder there. It would have been close to going for 4, but again, the west side is the best side at the moment.
It's not a big hit, so to that boundary. So I think you're spot on, Gareth. I think if it just went past Anthony Hobson there, it was she was a boundary.
So here he comes again. He's been very loose this over, hasn't he? And that's a better ball coming back towards the batsman, following him.
In the bread basket.
Chasing him.
Yeah.
Leave the impersonations to Billy Birmingham, hey, Murray. Apart from your Elvis one.
He's running out of people to commentate on.
Oh, he might get you. You never know.
I doubt it. But these two have been together now since the 7th over. We're into the 12th over now, so they are building the pressure. Bowl that again.
Going to be a wide, yeah, very wide there. He went to lean at it, he went to slash at it, he pulled his bat away, and the wicketkeeper there, Shakespeare, had to go a long way to his left to pick that one up. So Mackenzie building an innings here, and this is good work by the captain. We've seen so many captains from each side doing this over the last few weeks. Their side's losing early wickets, and they've built to decent scores. So I think if they can get to about 120, 130, that's going to be a very hard score to chase here.
Indeed, and I guess it all comes down to early wickets in that second innings in the West run chase. I mean, there's plenty of danger men there in Wivell and Woolmer and Anthony Hobson, but yeah, at 120 would make it competitive.
We've had news in from our producer. There's a 30% chance of rain between 6 and 7. Oh, he's got hold of that, but it's down the field to.
And he's bowled a full bunger, Gareth. So I think that's going to be a no ball. And
here we
go.
There it is. We can't see it on our screens for Bar TV, but the lasso's come out, and that's what we love. I was anticipating it, Murray.
You love that stuff,
I was looking
don't you?
at the helicopter doing tricks up there. Then I saw the lasso come out. I'm on my feet. This is going to be a free shot, Murray.
It is. I'm looking at that helicopter now. Where's he going?
Oh, he doesn't look safe, does he? As he comes in now, free shot. And he's gone for it down the ground. It's a good-looking shot. It's over the fence. 6 runs, the maximum, Murray.
Fantastic shot, taking advantage of the free hit. And all of a sudden, Waratah Mayfield, after 11 overs, find themselves at 4 for 72 in a much better position than where they were previously.
Yeah, nice work. That helicopter's circling us, Murray. Is there anything that you may have done that may cause us to be of alarm with the police helicopter chasing you?
Not that I know of, but it literally did the loop. I've never seen a helicopter do that before.
I've never seen a helicopter turn at a right angle like that, no. But anyway, we're back to the cricket. And this is good. That was a good over there for the Waratah Mayfield side. 4 for 73.
So all of a sudden they find themselves at that 6 and over mark. And, well, dare I say it, hopefully with some wickets in hand, it could be higher than 120.
Oh, confusion trouble there. It's going to be... Oh, it's been misfielded, misjudged there by the bowler, Quinn Liven. He'll be absolutely livid at himself. He's shaking his head.
Calamity
Jane.
They started so well, the West boys in the field, but the last 3 or 4 overs, they've really dropped their bundle, I must say.
Yeah, that should have been a wicket there. So what can they do to rectify the mistake there, the West side? And what can Waratah Mayfield do to capitalise on the mistake? You just sense here these 2 batsmen now, they're set, and there's plenty of runs coming here for those at home.
Looking to free the arms up, Gareth, I think. Like so.
Yeah, nice
And
shot
and
there.
that's a terrific shot
gonna
through
go
extra cover.
all the way, and as you said, through extra cover for 4. You won't see a better stroke like that all day, Murray.
Potentially the shot of the day, I'd say, at this point in time.
I definitely would say. I thought the first ball slash, that's a favourite of mine. Went for 4.
We all love a good slash.
Some more so than others, especially the older generation like yourself, Murray.
Nothing wrong with my prostate, brother.
Of course, get it checked if you are of age. Yeah, this is good work here by this partnership out there. Morley and Mackenzie, they're pushing the field. Better stuff, 4 for 78. I think if they can get up around that 100-run mark by 15 overs, this score could be anything.
Indeed.
We've seen over the last couple of days, the last over from the team batting first, but they've plundered the runs.
Ooh.
Oh, that's going to be called a wide, so plenty of swing in it, though. So the humidity and the pink ball definitely causing conditions to be a little bit tough for the bowler.
Yeah, and you're right. I was watching the match periodically on Bar TV yesterday evening, and that the last over pretty much won the game for the Stockton side, as it did for Hamilton Wickham.
Oh, he's tried to chip it over the top, and he's done so. Nice shot there in the end. Dicing with fire. The fielder does well to cut it off, though. On the low end of number 1 sports ground, there's a bit of a dip out there, I'm told.
Yeah, there is, and that was a good piece of fielding to restrict the Waratah Mayfield batsman to 2. And as this occurs, because of this partnership building, Captain Ben Woolmer has seen it necessary to move the man in the infield down to fine leg.
Yeah, so this definitely will be good for the singles. There's plenty of space out there to get a few runs. He's gone over the top again. There's a fielder back. Oh, and he's juggled that one as well. He's Isaac Lancaster. He's having a bit of a terrible time with the sweat on his hands at the moment. He can't pick one up cleanly.
And I think you'll find that as this partnership builds, and anything can happen in the coming overs, but we've just seen then, other than the calamity with the missed run out, they've just posted 9 off the over, pretty much unchallenged.
Yeah, definitely. So the runs are coming thick and fast here. Yeah, I liked Woolmer's captaincy when he had a few players in. It was tempting them to play and force the error.
Yeah,
I thought he should have kept a few more overs at that.
Yeah, perhaps he went a little bit early into defensive mode, but then again, I guess if he left the fielders up and the batsman went up and successfully went over the top, well, there might be a few more runs on the board. So yeah, it's a difficult one, that, mate.
So Morley facing here. This is the captain bowling now. We've just been speaking of him. Oh, and he's brought himself on. He's got the breakthrough there. Woolmer, he's happy with it. Look at him, the high five. He slapped it down, didn't he? And he's done his job there, the captain, getting the vital breakthrough. It's 5 for 82.
Yeah, and a terrific ball there by Benny Woolmer. I think as we...
that was the straighter one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think he pushed it through a little bit quicker. If we have a look on the replay here, and you'll see that could well be the flipper.
Yeah, we see it come out of the front of the hand that time. So, yeah, definitely pushed it through. A nice delivery there to start off his return to the bowling.
He's really done Blake Morley through the air there in terms of Blake Morley's gone back to cut it, and all of a sudden it's upon him on the full almost.
Yeah, definitely. And the quicker ball, as you said, it was fuller. So we've got Brock Gilmour coming out now. Plenty of hard hitting from Brock.
Well, you've got a big, strong build, Brock, and I dare say...
Does he use it, though? We want to see him use it.
With 5.5 overs to go, or a little bit more than 5.5 overs to go, you'd think he probably will. Nice upright stance.
Oh, and that's a double there. Woolmer has struck again. He didn't believe it there, Gilmour, and he is walking back to the dugout. So Woolmer, he's going to be on his hat trick, Murray.
Indeed. I think it was the same delivery.
I think it was exactly the same delivery. So here comes the Sydney import here.
A carbon copy.
Here comes the Sydney import. Poisden it is, playing out of the Northern Districts Club. And as we look at the replay, now that one's coming out of the back of the hand.
Yeah, a little bit slower through the air.
Yeah, beat him with flight and a little bit of turn at the end. And
he still pushed it through fairly rapidly, but not as quick as the first ball. Amazing.
So what's the ball going to be? Here's hat-trick ball, Murray. The intensity at the ground.
Do you put a slip and a bat pad in?
You do put a slip. You put 7 slips and a bat pad in this situation, Murray. I can't believe Woolmer hasn't brought the field right in.
Just playing it safe, I guess.
Well, he has brought one player in. They're moving a couple round. I'd like to see them put a mid-off or a mid-on in play. He's having a bit of a laugh out there, Gilmour. Getting the ball rolling around in his hand. Here he goes. Oh, and it was very close there, Murray. Very, very close to the boy from Sydney.
Yeah, he's pushed that one through fairly rapidly as
Tell you
well.
what, he's going to go back to Northern Districts there.
Young Poisden.
Poison it is. He's going to go back to Northern Districts and he's going to have nightmares of this man here. Oh, he's had a slash at that as well. Good keeping as the bails are whipped off. Foot firmly in the crease, though.
I haven't seen too many wicket maidens. We're heading towards a double wicket maiden at this point in time. I think there's only one ball remaining of the over. Actually, no, two.
Yeah, 2 balls remaining. Be interesting to see where this goes. Gilmour. Oh, good fielding again. They've got the spring in their step, haven't they? Again, the west side.
Marvellous what a wicket can do. Even better when there's two.
Well, this is a good rivalry too. The Waratah Mayfield v Wests.
Local derby.
Local derby. The battle for the inner west, I guess, of Newcastle. Nicely turned around the corner. They'll pick up 2, will they? It's going to be very close. Oh, yes, and he's given him unlucky there.
Yeah.
He's cooked himself. They needed to get the run rate going, and McKenzie, unlucky there. Run out, he's playing in good touch as well. So that is a wicket they didn't really need, Murray. So this now looks like it could spur on a collapse.
Well, that's a tragedy. Actually, I shouldn't really say that because it's not a tragedy. It's only a game of cricket. But
it is if Shakespeare's behind the stump. It's a definite tragedy. That's all he wrote.
Indeed, but I mean, who knows what may come of this match? But I think you can pretty much mark this 14th over down as a real turning point. Should it go the way of West?
Yeah, definitely. And 7 for 80 for the captain. He will not be happy with that. He's throwing his bat around. His players aren't even looking at him. They know the consequences. I reckon that bat's going to be thrown firmly into the shower.
Yeah, he did such a great job, Scott McKenzie, as well.
I thought he was home there, and it was a terrific throw from the outfield and the wicketkeeper Shakespeare. It was much ado about nothing for him.
He cooked himself real good, Gareth.
Well done. So here's Lozchek. Coming back on here. His last over was from the other end, and it wasn't the best for them. They got, I think, 12 runs off it. So here they come now, Lozchek. Better line and length, but it's hit back down the ground. They'll pick up some runs.
Safety first now, Gareth, I guess.
So the new man to the crease. Borrell. Playing in the number 8.
Thought there was a V in there. Looked like Bovril.
Borrell, mate.
Burrell.
Aren't you a life member of this club? As Lozchek comes in. That's a nice looking Yorker there. It swung in towards the batsman. The left-hander out there. Yeah, be interesting here. Poison, he's got a few good raps on him here, so hopefully he can get this score ticking along.
Indeed.
Those wickets, though, they definitely have put a stunt in this run rate. Try to hit over that big head of the big pole there, Lozchek.
He's quite tall timber, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
You could get him in the lineouts, couldn't you, in the rugby season?
I'm sure you could.
Straight up. Get the tape around the thighs and...
We could both probably
There we go.
represent Poland in rugby. Probably not that hard to get into. So, go back to the cricket, Murray, and that's another full delivery, and that's a good line and length, and there's definitely a bit of shape in the air for him.
Indeed. I'll say one more thing about rugby. Paul Nixon, you'd know, Nico.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, he used to be assistant coach in Romania.
He certainly did. Of course, the Hamilton Hawks ties, they go all over the world. They soar all over the world, and of course they are great supporters of Bar TV. A true gentleman, Paul Nixon.
Yeah, he got a nose the size of Bill Laurie's, yet in his 830-odd games for the Hamilton Hawks, never broke it once. I can't believe it. Played in the front row.
Well, there you go. 7 for 85. Oh, it's a full toss. They'll get 1 for that. They'll push for 2. No, they're going to stay there. So, well fielded there. So this will be Poison here. What can he do? He needs to rotate the strike. Oh, sorry, that's over.
Yeah,
so he won't get strike. I'd like to see him get a bit of strike here, and I'm told he's a hard hitter of the ball. He places the ball well.
Yeah, and we find ourselves at 7 for 86, and in the normal scheme of events, we talk about the last 5 overs yielding, perhaps 10 runs and over. With only 3 wickets in hand, I guess that stunts things a fair bit. But you still got to be aiming for that 120 mark, haven't you?
Yeah, they'll be lucky to get to 110 here, I think.
Well, Benny Woolmer's last over was a fantastic one, and
I mean, if they can track about 4 runs and over, that'll get them up to about the 110 mark, and it's a defendable total. That's beat the bat again.
Now, what do you do? Do you work Benny around and maybe see him off? This is his last over, and then look to attack for the last 4.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be inclined just to see him out and then see what's coming up next. Oh, that's a nice shot there. Played to the onside. They'll push for 2. Yeah, that's nicely run there. Needed that.
You'd have to admire the timing of this match as well. This is like the precursor of the Big Bash semi-final on tonight too. I think they kick off around 7:20 to 8.
7:30,
Yeah.
the normal time. So yeah, definitely. It's a big night of cricket. You've got your local NDCA Twilight T20 competition. Of course, the Commonwealth Bank, the major sponsor, supporter. Oh, it's going to be close. Yes, he's got a bit of bat on that, and that is out. Good keeping there. So he picks up another one, Woolmer, and Waratah Mayfield, they are in deep, deep, deep trouble, Murray.
Well, Benny Woolmer's now picked up his 3rd wicket. I'd be very surprised if he's gone for any more than 10. Been a tremendous spell.
We are missing our stats man, our boundary rider today, Ben Homer. So Murray is quickly working that out for us.
3 for less than 10.
Yeah, there you go to our viewers out there. We look at the replay and, yeah, that's as good as gone. It is gone. So what can they do here? So the player in the 4 jersey, Ben Compline, I think it is. Is that how I pronounce it for our viewers out there?
Benny Pomplin? Yep. We have some interesting information being brought to hand about young Poison as Ben Woolmer comes in.
Oh, that's going to be buys there. It's going down leg side.
I'm thinking 5 wides.
Yep, 5 wides, and
Yep. There we go.
I tell you what, the umpire there, he's put his arms out there. The wides, dare I say.
And bowled again. But Poisden took the catch to dismiss Mitchell Stark off the bowling of Moeen Ali while fielding as a substitute in the 3rd Ashes Test match. That was one of those Test matches that was a train wreck for Australia.
But there you go. So he's taken a catch for his country, and he's just got a run for his new club there. Comes through. So again, he'll have 1 ball to face here off Woolmer. What can he do with it? Again, they're looking to get them to play behind the wicket. All the fielders are in front of the wicket. And he's going for that. That's a nice shot.
He found the fielder. The only... well, there's a fielder at deep mid-on, but he's the only fielder out in the deep square of the wicket, and he hit it straight to him. Nice shot, though.
Yeah, very nice shot. He certainly looks the goods. He picks up a single, so it'd be good to see him, I guess, retain the strike as Pomplin here will probably look to go deep. Oh, he's got a little tiny. Oh, the umpire got his hand out of the pocket there. I thought he was going to get the finger up.
About to pull the trigger. And a great spell of bowling there from Benny Woolmer. 3 wickets in T20 for not very many. You can't ask for more than that.
That's a great spell of bowling. He's certainly all over it at the moment. His captaincy has been top notch here, showing all his experience. Very positive stuff.
So we've got Anthony Hobson. And I'm just trying to think, perhaps 1, maybe 2 overs remaining.
I think he's got 2. I think he's got 2. He didn't.
Cameo.
Yeah, it's not a spell, is it? Oh, nicely bowled there by Hobson.
And I must say, it is good for umpires that are either still playing the game or recently finished the game to be in the system.
For all our viewers out there, we were wondering where Jeff Ganina was yesterday. He's at a trade show in Las Vegas, so lucky him. And they missed him, Stockton, but they came away with a victory in the end. It was a good victory here yesterday.
What's the trade show? Poker machines?
Building trades.
Yeah.
It's the conference capital of the world, Murray. I'm surprised you haven't gone on a jaunt there and you
Went there on honeymoon.
Oh, there did you?
Yeah. Not just Vegas, but spent 3 or 4 days there.
So this is a good over here by Hobson. As we get back to the action, there's a third man, a fine leg. Oh, he goes over the top. Again, finding he slipped. There's 2 in it. They don't go back for it. I thought there was a definite 2 in that. They should have taken advantage of the misfield there, Murray.
Very much so. But this is good captaincy. If we have a look at deep cover, Ben Woolmer has got him positioned, although we've got a right-hander on strike now, so he's moved him further back. But for the left-hander, got him positioned 15 metres in from the boundary because it is a very long hit out that way.
Yeah, it is. As you said the other day, it's as long as the MCG.
Have to go close.
Yeah, that's a wide. Yeah, it definitely would be close from this pitch. And it's a credit to the ground staff here. This pitch is definitely, it's held up over the last couple of weeks. They played on the same pitch. There's a couple of marks in there at the moment, but... Oh, going down leg side. No, it's going to be close run out. Can they get another one? No, they can't. So, as you would say, a calamity there. Murray, was it a calamity or just a calam?
A shamozzle.
A shamozzle. Wow.
Only 2 off that over in the 17th over. I dare say the Waratah Mayfield boys would be fairly keen to accumulate a few more runs. We talked about 120 being a target. As we see...
Tom Allen's coming into bowl here.
Yeah.
And Tom Allen, he only had the 1 over early on, and he looked pretty sharp as well. All the West bowlers looked sharp early on, to be fair.
Sharp as a ball and ball. Remember Foghorn Leghorn?
I do. Big fan of Looney Tunes brand. I'm more a Looney Tunes man than a Disney man, that's for sure.
Yeah, so was I. Yeah.
Mickey Mouse never really did it for me.
Overrated.
So here he goes. And that's a fast delivery, and it was probably going down leg side, and he was well out of his crease. But he looks sharp, doesn't he?
Yeah, kind of.
Sharp as a tack.
Sharp as a ball of mashed potato.
Oh, the impersonations keep coming here on Bar TV with Murray Christie, of course, joining us in commentary today. Oh, he's had a good dig at that, and it'll be falling short of the fielder out there. Deep cover. So well placed again.
Yeah, and I guess they just need to look at accumulate at least a run a ball. If they can pick up a loose one, maybe a wide, maybe a boundary, they can get to that 120.
They are looking good if they can The trouble is wickets in hand, and if they can
Shot.
get that, that's a lovely looking shot, isn't it? Pick the gap nicely, and it's going to run all the way to the boundary for 4, is it? Or is it going to hold up? Oh, no, the fielder's said 4.
That outfielder's lightning.
Yeah, definitely. We saw last week, that probably would have held up, Murray.
It was a nicely timed shot, and you're right. I think the outfield this week is certainly quicker than last week. Wasn't too bad last week either, but he only led on that. And whilst the timing was quite nice and it was a lovely shot, that could well be shot of the day. I know we talked about that cover drive, extra cover drive before, but
The shot of the day was the first shot, Murray.
what the Zach?
Yeah.
Okay.
The slash outside off stump. Oh, it's going to be a wide. He's tried to deliver the slower ball out the back of the hand and just didn't find the target. 8 for 103. This is a great over here for Waratah Mayfield.
Yeah, well, they got 6 off the over thus far, and I would think there's another 2 or 3 balls remaining of the over.
Down the grounds where there's runs over mid-wicket, but they've gone wide, and good catch on the boundary. Look at that. He had a lot of work to do, had a lot of distance to cover, and he covered it well.
He's done a fantastic job there, and because as it left the bat, we thought it was going to a vacant area there, out there at deep mid-wicket, and the fielder has come around, not taking his eyes off the ball, and pulled off a tremendous catch. Actually, they're harder than what they look.
Yeah, he didn't even look like dropping it, to be fair, and he came around. As we look at him here, and look at that's a good piece of fielding.
He covered the ground really well there.
Timed it perfectly, so he looked in pretty good touch too. Pomplin.
Yeah, Benny Pomplin, a couple of lovely shots. Not overly thrilled now, but
Anyway, Sullivan coming in now to bat. And we'll see if he can be a good foil here for Poisden, who he looks in really good touch, and he's the key here, Poisden. Hopefully he can get a few boundaries and get this Waratah Mayfield total up around 120 to 130. Final few overs. He's played that nicely. They'll look for 2, will
should be
they?
2 there, yeah.
Yeah, definitely 2 in it, and they'll get it easily. So nicely run. Plenty of experience shown, and as you mentioned before, he's taken a catch for Australia.
England.
Sorry, he is English. I thought you said he fielded for Australia there, Murray.
He caught Mitchell Stark.
That shows how much I listen to you. Oh, a slower ball. Oh, that was unlucky there. It was in the air for a while. Oh, the misfield. They'll go again. So that's easy runs. They'll be disappointed with that, the west side. And this is good positive stuff here. They're going to have to... Sullivan here, it's a tricky one. He has to get the man up the other end on strike. Poisden. Can he do it?
We just got to get either bat or some form of his body onto it, run a quick one, and the rest can be up to Poisden.
9 for 107 it is. 18 overs completed, so a couple remaining here. It's a cardinal sin not to get through the 20, isn't it, Murray? So they'll really need to do that. That should be their goal, just to bat out the 20 here at the moment.
Very much so. Very much so. Aim for a runner ball. All of a sudden you're setting a target of 120.
That's right. Well, we said they'd be lucky to get to 110. They're probably going to surpass that if they can. Hobson coming in again. Oh, it's swung away, and Sullivan beaten by everything there.
Yep. Bat to ball, run a quick one.
Oh, and he's been bowled. Good ball there by Hobson. That is the innings over there for Waratah Mayfield. They got to 107. In 18 and a bit overs, it's probably not the target they wanted or needed. Now they're going to have to do a big job here in the field. Do you think they can defend it, Murray?
Well, history shows the last 5 games, the side batting first has won the contest. However, Anthony Hobson, Ben Woolmer, Aaron Wivel and their batting partners will have plenty of say in that. But I suppose they've got the runs on the board. But, yeah, it's going to be a tall ask. 107, is that enough? It's not quite even a runner ball.
Yes, that's right. And we thank everybody for tuning in for the Waratah Mayfield innings. They got to 107. This is the NDCA Twilight T20 competition. brought to you by the Commonwealth Bank. We're going to take a quick break, turn around the innings with West chasing 108 for victory, and it should be a cracking chase. And we're back, everybody, for the NDCA Twilight T20 competition brought to you by the Commonwealth Bank. Waratah Mayfield posting a respectable 107. I guess it's probably not the best when you don't make the full complement of the 20 overs. They will find it hard to defend here. Of course, we haven't seen a side chase down a score here in this Twilight T20 competition. And so this could be a first here by West. And with us up here, Murray Christie. He's life member of Waratah Mayfield. His fingernails are probably going to be chewed by the end of this match. Murray, do you think Waratah Mayfield have it in them to defend this total?
Early wickets is the key, Gareth. Early wickets. They've got an imposing batting lineup when you consider that Aaron Wivell, Ben Woolmer, and
we said that at the break, didn't we? Ben Woolmer. If he comes out and bats in this power play, this match could be over very quickly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Ben Chew will be opening the batting here with Wivell. And, of course, Wilson for the Waratah Mayfield side has the ball in his hand.
Okay, so we'll see some off-spin. Big tall timber, Liam Wilson. He'll come from a great height, but with the new ball, I can't see it turning too much. But, again...
Well, we saw plenty of turn for Woolmer out there. So this pitch is worn, of course. It is a couple of weeks old. They've been playing on it each match. The lights are on here.
This is interesting because unless there's a quick change on the leg side, we're going to have a short fine leg, a mid-wicket and a mid-on for an off-spin bowler.
Well, Mackenzie, he's a young captain. He's a good captain, so...
He might bowl arm balls and just try and bowl like the away drifter perhaps to the right-hander.
Yeah,
We've got a slip in, so there's every chance that could be what they're thinking.
I think we'll see him bowl quite a quick dartish delivery, I guess you'd call it. That one's a little bit shorter, so he just felt his way through that shot there.
Yeah, indeed. But, no protection on the leg side. This is interesting.
So we'll see where they go. Oh, that's short again, and he's gone to the offside. Oh, that's a lovely looking stroke all the way to the boundary for 4. He's picked that up early, and he's definitely dispatched it, Murray.
And I think, it is a great shot. He just waited on it. A little bit short from Liam Wilson, but I think you'll find that the Waratah Mayfield boys have gone into this defence of their relatively small total wanting to attack.
Oh, that's a ball that's been tossed up. They try and hit to the onside. And that's where the runs are. There's nobody out there, Murray. And as you said, it's an interesting...
We've got a deep cover, and that's it.
An interesting field placement. That's a good ball, beating the bat.
Yeah, and I think you'll find that Liam Wilson is using the benefit of the drift. The nor'easter blowing, and he's actually drifting it away from the right-handed batsman.
Oh, that's a high ball. There's space out there. He hasn't got everything on it. It will be... run down. They'll get a couple for it. Wivell, though, he looks like he's going to be in pretty good touch here, Murray.
Yeah, made his intentions felt. He was looking to go deep into the leg side, but didn't quite get hold of it, actually. So I would suggest to you that there is quite some a deal of movement in the air.
Yes, definitely. It's a type of field where as a batsman, you adjust what you're doing and try and hit out there. You just play to the ball, which he's doing pretty well at the moment anyway. Would you be looking to hit on that onside? Every ball?
No.
Or just play him as they
play
come?
Play it on its merits. I think, how do West have to approach this run chase? You've got to be a little bit careful. You can't be too cautious because all of a sudden you find yourself 6 overs and you've got 20 runs on the board and you put yourself under pressure. But you've also got to be a little bit circumspect insofar as you don't go to the well too many times. You like that, circumspect?
Yeah, definitely. I do like that. I do still like
You looked down and you said, I've already been done.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I never was circumspect when I was a kid. But I am now. The ball taken up the other end. Sullivan with the ball. We saw him. He was the last wicket taken out there by the West side. So he's got plenty to prove here, the young fast bowler. He comes in. He's got a bit of an arc on his run as he comes in, but that's nicely hit. So Chew, nicely run as well.
Yeah, nice stroke through the cover point area there. Benny Sullivan bowls with good shape. Only a young bloke, probably about 19, 20 years of age.
He's a terrier, isn't he? As he comes into bowl, watch his
cricket.
Watch his run up here. He's got a bit of an in and away happening here with his running style. As we look to see the field just getting adjusted here. They've got a slip in play, which is, I guess, testament to the young man's bowling. He does seem to get it to go away from the batter here.
So looking to bowl one side. Both deep fielders are on the offside.
Oh, and he's got a bit of zip about him too. I should have got down to that really, and luckily there's a man covering there.
So I guess the theory here is for Ben Sullivan to bowl full and slightly wideish of off stump. Although they've now made a change. Fine leg's gone out. Deep extra covers come in.
So it's hit straight to the fielder. No runs. He looks very sharp, doesn't he, here? The young fellow.
He's hitting the crease well, actually, and he's been very impressive. I remember playing a fourth grade at Wallsend number 2 when second grade were on the main ground at Wallsend, and he picked up a hat-trick that day.
Well, there you go. Oh, it's hit finally. There's a man coming around. It's more of a deep backward point there, isn't it? He's not really at third man.
Yeah, he's a bit wider at third man. You are right.
Interesting. So both captains here using their nous and trying to mix things up a bit in the field, which is always a good sign, good positive sign.
Yeah, both captains have been looking to play an attacking brand, I suppose, in the early overs.
Oh, he's had a slash at that. That's a good ball. So Ben Chu, he's the man on strike and looking to get that through the offside, but couldn't get any bat on it. And again, moving away.
Certainly is the hardest time to bat. I mean, we've talked about the grass cover on the wicket, on the pitch, and with the new pink ball, it certainly suggests to me that it's going sideways.
Oh, nicely struck. Found the gap. The player coming around will cut it off, though. I think, what about for the game, Murray? Would you like to have seen that boundary rope been brought in a little bit on that far side?
Yeah, potentially. Because there certainly is a disparity, given that we're on the almost the further side of the wicket square here at number 1 Sports Ground. Yeah, maybe 5-6 metres.
Well, I was going to say 2 or 3, but I'll give him 5 or 6, and we'll see 6s all day over in that region.
I guess it's the name of the game.
What the name of the game's cricket, isn't it?
I'll tell you one thing I've been impressed with when I do watch the women's Big Bash is that how strong they've become. And this is no disrespect to females, but in terms of their powers, their throwing arms, and their ability to hit sixes, it's been quite impressive.
Yeah, definitely. They're nearly full-time training as well, so they're definite athletes on the world stage. So the WBBL is a great asset for Cricket Australia. And
it's been quite entertaining.
That's whipped away to the onside. Of course, if you want to get in the game today, at Bar TV Sports on Twitter, hashtag Bar TV Sports as well, to let us know what you think. Do you think Wes will easily accomplish this? And tell us what over. I'm picking 15th over, Murray.
I'm saying won't to get him.
We won't get him. Oh, slashed away. It's going to go all the way to the boundary with shots like that. A little bit of luck in it. It might come sooner than you think, Murray.
That commentator's curse. I was here only week ago when both you and Benny Homer spoke of how highly regarded Simon Moore was, and lo and behold, the next ball, boom, straight up in the air, gone.
What happened yesterday as well? I was wrapping someone up, and all of a sudden he skies the ball high in the air, and it was out. Oh, he's gone for that. There's a fielder down there, and caught. Well placed. Good captaincy, and I've done it again, Murray.
You are fantastic at it, Gareth. I must admit, I'm so pleased that you never say anything nice about me. But, yeah, so the West boys lose their first wicket with the score on 20. In terms of run rate-wise, they're tracking along quite nicely. But it's very important for the Waratah Mayfield boys to make sure they keep on getting wickets at a regular intervals.
And let's look at the replay here. Plenty of room to pull off the shot. He just didn't time it as well as he would have, and that is a good shot in the outfield there by Onslow.
Well, Benny Pomplin's going to be very happy with himself, but I'm not 100% certain that he deserved it, and I think the West batsman ought to consider himself mighty unlucky.
Yeah, it wasn't well timed at all, was it? But fair credit to the captain, Mackenzie. He put the fielder out there.
Placed him brilliantly.
Mm.
In fact, he couldn't have found him any better.
Yeah, definitely. Questioning a couple of field placements early on by the captain, but he's pulled one.
Who are we?
Who are we? Just a couple of hacks up here in the commentary box, Murray.
Indeed.
So he's picked up a wicket here. Oh, he's gone for that and didn't get any bat on that. It's going to be close.
Oh!
Unlucky. As Murray Christie jumps up in excitement here. It was very close, and they ran hard, put the pressure on the field. A direct hit would have seen them out. I can't believe the bowler wasn't behind the stumps, Murray.
Yeah, it all happened very quickly, and it would have been great if Benny Pomplin could get behind the stumps, but I tell you what, 2 wickets in 2 balls makes it interesting, doesn't it?
Well,
I say that impartial.
It wasn't 2 wickets in 2 balls.
Impartially,
and of course,
sorry.
a bipartisan commentator in the life member, that is the Waratah Mayfield Club stalwart, Murray Christie. Oh, that's a good ball too. And this is a good little spell here, or a good, what do we call it?
Cameo.
And again, very young as well, so showing the Waratah Mayfield side, the youth. Can it outdo the experience here in the west side?
It's almost not Y generation, it's the next one.
Yeah, I don't know what they call that. Surely there's a name for it.
Actually, viewers, if you could tweet in what the next generation after the Y generation actually is, I'd be very interested to know.
Is it the Want generation? That rings a bell.
It can't be the Z generation.
That's like Colette. It rings my bell. That's something you would have danced to. Pink clothes, like the pink ball matching. Colette, ring my bell. In the 80s.
I remember when it was. It was late 80s, and I heard that song far too many times. Actually, she wasn't the original artist of it either.
No, that's right. She wasn't. I don't know who that was, Murray, and don't care to find out, to be fair. It's 1 for 22 here. West putting themselves in a good position early on, as we see here the run-out attempt, and it's going to be very close as that pink ball flushes by the screen.
Yeah, not even close.
Like a couple of glow sticks going past the stumps.
Lightsaber.
Yeah, the lightsaber. The dark side being red, I guess. Pinkish. You'd be a dark side man, wouldn't you?
Skywalker.
Oh, stop it. So bowling change up the other end. Early on, it's going to be called a wide, so Morley it is with the ball in hand. Batted pretty well. He was unlucky to get out, actually.
He was the start of the procession, that over of Benny Woolmer, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, he was.
At 14th over.
The collapse, I guess. Oh, he's swiveled on the back foot. That's a nice shot to the boundary. And a couple of them and over. The west side will be the best side. Murray?
Well, Benny Chew's taken full advantage of that. Blake Morley likes to hit the pitch hard. Going by the field that's set, though, short on middle and leg possibly isn't the way to go.
James King, or the man at the non-strikers end. Very good T20 player. Scored a heap of runs in last year's tournament.
And scored a couple of decent scores leading into the Christmas break as well.
If memory serves me correctly, I'm pretty sure he got 100 runs here at this very ground last year.
I think you're right.
It was a very fine innings, off not many balls as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, West got a heap, didn't they?
Yeah, and it was this exact match as well.
Yeah, the corresponding game.
Oh, has he hit that? No, he hasn't. The captain went up there, Mackenzie. He thought maybe there was there bat in that? I don't think there was bat in it. Maybe
I don't think it was bad on it, but I don't think it was hitting the stumps. In fact, I'm goes far to say I'm not sure it was hitting a second set of stumps.
Left that. Yeah, it's going to be called a wide. Unlucky there for Morley.
And it's all about building pressure, Gareth. And we talked about those wickets at regular intervals and the need to do so for the Waratah Mayfield boys. But West have approached this quite positively, yet at the same time they haven't taken too many risks.
Well, they're going to go for the quick single here. Nicely run. So the fielders will change around according to the left-handed batsman. Ben Chew. He's rated a pretty well-regarded batsman here if he can get in.
He started well thus far.
It's guided nicely down to third man. They'll pick up another single. So just a sense in the crowd that the West side on top of the moment.
I get the impression that wind's turning around as well, so that this could be the slight change that we're predicting late in the evening.
Oh, nicely struck. That is a good looking shot to the boundary. 4 runs and a couple of very charming strokes that over.
And King has just landed on that ball, used the pace of the ball, short outside off stump, guided it past or between gully and backward point, and a tremendous shot.
Well, James King, he's all class, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he has played in Sydney as well. He's chanced his arm down there. He's come back here. He's very highly regarded. I think there are a few rumours he may have been not playing this year, but he definitely is, because we can see him out there and he's in good touch.
He is.
He's in good
He's
touch.
definitely there.
Well, King James, I wonder if he knows Shakespeare very well.
I was always a Macbeth man.
The Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah. Hail Macbeth, Thane of Cawdor.
Bibble, bubble, boil and trouble.
Banquo. They're all mad, you know. They all had things wrong with them.
Who?
Well, the Kings and
Well, that's why they're
all the
tragedies,
hangers on
mate.
and all that sort of stuff.
So this will be Poison here, the Englishman. Playing out of Sydney, the Northern Districts Club. Picking up a catch for his country.
Yay. In the train wreck test. Or one of the two.
Which year?
Last year.
Because there's been a few of them, hasn't there?
Yeah.
Over the last,
The
over
last
there.
train wreck.
The last train wreck. The full-blown derailment.
Yeah. Is that when Australia got 60, or was that the 4th test?
Ooh.
It was one of those anyway.
You're really testing my cricket knowledge there.
Stuart Broad, who got 8 for 15 in that test match that Australia posted 60, has recently come out and got 6 for 17 against the South Africans.
I saw that, so Australia can feel a little bit better.
I bet they do.
He's done it twice. Oh, it's full, and that's down the ground. There's no fielder there. Might not get to the boundary. He hit it very high, and it just held up in the turf. As we say, he had the sand wedge out when he should have had the 9-iron, Murray.
Club short.
That's right.
How do you hit him, Gareth?
I'm lucky to get outside the circle, Murray.
Golf, I'm talking about.
Oh, golf. Oh. Golf is not a game for short men. I play with my grandma's clubs because I'm her height.
You're a Welshman. Ian Woosnam was Welsh. He's
Yeah,
only a little bloke.
He was, and he was terrible.
He
He was
a
allowed-
major.
He was, yeah, by default.
Wow.
Well, I'm allowed to talk about my fellow countrymen like that, Murray.
Ian Woosnam, boy. Is that it?
I can tell you one thing: we both hate the English, so there's something in common. We don't hate this man on screen. Poisden coming in. He's tossing them up as well. So
Leg spin bowler, yeah.
looking to create some shots here and get some wickets. They're certainly hitting it up in the air. And still in the power play as well. This is going to be a very good position, I guess, after the 6 overs is completed. They're 1 for 42 at the moment. Goes down the ground. Hit straight to the fielder, and that's a throw that went to no one, really. Could have put a bit of pressure on the runners there.
Neither here nor there. He's gone down the middle of the wicket.
The twilight zone.
Yeah. And I'm not referring to Damien Fleming's avenue of apprehension.
No, producers just told me it's the alleyway.
Oh, the alleyway, is it? Oh.
He's a cricket nut, our producer, Jack Ancliffe. You can't get much past him, Murray. Although he doesn't wear shorts to most gigs, which I find offensive. In any case, let's get back to the cricket. It's 1 for 44.
And Wests are going along quite nicely here after 5 overs. They're going at effectively... or
Nearly
fraction
10
under-
and over.
Yeah, we're just under 9 and over to be precise, but who's counting? But
9 is nearly 10.
given that the asking rate is around 5.5 and over, it's fair to say they're in cruise mode at this point in time.
Definitely, they're on the highway. Set the control to 110. Feet up on the dashboard and listening to some cruise music.
Bit of reggae.
I was just about to say Bob Marley.
Yeah.
You read my mind. No woman, no cry.
No woman, no cry.
3 little birds. All the good stuff.
He did a version of I Shot the Sheriff, did he not? Or was he the original?
He wrote I Shot the
All
Sheriff.
right,
I think
okay.
you'll find Clapton covered that. And again, rotating the strike nicely here, the west side.
But he didn't shoot no deputy.
He sure didn't. Old Sheriff John Brown. You'd be a massive fan of Redemption Song, wouldn't you? By Bob Marley, Murray. Given your life experiences.
I don't mind it. Youngest of 3 boys. Tough gig.
Definitely. And your older brother was actually up here before,
Yep, halving the IQ.
confirming that he did hit 800 off you in the backyard, saying that
And
your,
80.
your bowling was much to be desired.
880.
Is that why you became such a good batsman, I guess, in the NDCA competition? Because you never got to get a bat.
Yeah, I was only 6.5 years younger than the numpty.
Oh, that's a misfield there. They'll pick up 2. So putting pressure on themselves here, Waratah Mayfield. And again, almost going for an overthrow. So what can they do here, Waratah Mayfield? They need to pick up at least 1 more wicket before this power play is over, and they haven't got long to go.
Yeah, they certainly need to make something happen. Now, that sounds easy, but they've pretty much got to go on the attack all game, I feel.
Would you put pressure on the batsmen and keep the fielders in?
Yeah, I'd only have a couple of fielders out, and as we see them accumulate another 2 runs, there's no harm in having a couple of fielders out for the slog shot, but at the end of the day, dare I say it, do you even put a slip in?
I'd put 2 slips in. And a gully.
Yeah, we watched last night at Manicka Oval where India managed to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
Wow.
And they had a slip in the death overs.
Well, they had 2 slips in at one stage there when they... Oh, this is going to be close if they choose to run. They don't.
I will say I got no idea how India managed to butcher that, though. I got no idea.
Well, they did. And interesting, I guess, coming into that T20 World Cup as well, Australia putting themselves in good practice, good form for that. You think we're a shot at that? Oh, that's nicely struck. It probably may pull up short on the long boundary there. Outfield doing its best to get the ball down there, but I'll pick up a few there.
Yeah, and another good shot by Benny Chew. But, I think the T20 World Cup, it is in India, small grounds. But interestingly, assuming that all the players are available, the West Indies are a difficult outfit. That really is their go.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well they'll have a few more stars than what we saw in that test match when they were out here.
Yeah, that really is an unfortunate situation. I mean, we saw Sir Garfield Sobers deliver a very emotional press release about the plight of West Indian cricket, but there needs to be some sort of, they need to meet halfway somewhere.
And here's Poison again, resuming his cameo. He's put that one through a bit quicker and got him on the back foot. That was a good delivery there by Poison.
Yeah, Poison nearly done him in flight there, Ben Chew, but he kept it out and fair play to him. Good ball.
I think that's the line and definitely the velocity. He needs to bowl that. He was pitching it up before and he just needs to give the batsman here no time to think and force the error, Poison.
I suspect that Poison's now, after that first over, he's now finding his feet. And this is one of the bowlers that can actually, as we talked about before, really make it happen for the Tars.
Well, he needs to start making it happen here because they're almost halfway there. Oh, they've gone up there. I think he got bad on that, so...
A little bit of a squeeze.
Little bit of a squeeze there. Hit the pad and everyone went up, but the umpire didn't like it at all. Oh, he's tossed that one up and it's been hit over the infield. They're going to go for another one. It's going to be close. Poison unable to hold on to it. The dive at the end there.
And as Ben Chew completes 2 runs, I must say, Gareth, that I'm really quite pleased that the NDCA and the Newcastle City Council reached that compromise in terms of the lighting, because it could be quite dull.
Yeah, definitely. There's a bit of conjecture last week in the final match on the Thursday if they could or couldn't use the lights. The Newcastle City Council, credit to them. I think they might have had a planning meeting around whether you could use the lights. Then they had a subcommittee on it. They had a formalising committee. It went to the top in the end.
It was ratified by the People's Front of Judea.
That was right. And so the lights here, they're on, which is good.
President Paul, he's a dead set mover and shaker, he is. You got no idea.
No,
he is a mover and shaker.
Common sense prevailed, and they are using the lights here, and it's good. It's definitely helping see this pink ball. So ball coming in. He's tossed that one up again. And again, that's a good delivery as well. So just stemming the tide of runs here.
Yeah, only 2 runs off the over. Unfortunately, it's 1 for 54 off 7. So I think you'll find that maybe even the West batsmen have decided that that Poison's a danger man and just keep him out. I mean, they've got plenty of time.
Yeah, they'll just see him out, won't they?
And that's the thing.
It'll be interesting to see. It's one of those things, isn't it? Do they use him to the full complement here, give him the 4 overs, or do they take the risk and hold him back?
you can't hold him back because, I mean, realistically, if things keep going along as they are now, we're all over after 15 overs. So you've more or less got to bowl him another one, at least.
Yeah, that's right. And King now, the man on strike. There's another bowling change.
And Liam Wilson.
It is Wilson coming back on in the 13. And this is a good move here by the captain. Spin's obviously working. I think they were probably, the plan was to use Wilson more towards the end of the innings, but they've seen they have to dry up this run chase, and that dot ball there shows it's a good move early on. Oh, nicely fielded there. It was hit quite hard.
And that's right,
To the
Gareth.
captain.
I think everything's been pushed forward, if you know what I mean, in order to make something happen.
Oh, foolish delivery there. It's been dispatched. And that'll go all the way for 4. So a looser delivery there, and he tried something different. It didn't really go to plan. They have to mix it up, don't they? They have to try a few different things. They need wickets here. Stop this partnership that's moving along quite nicely.
And James King has played a good shot. It's gone for 4. But certainly a risky shot. And, I mean, he misses that ball, he gets bowled, and things start changing around. So Liam Wilson really has to back himself here.
He has that stop-start motion as well, doesn't he? He kind of stops when he's at the crease. And
A bit like Carl Hooper.
yeah, a little bit like Hooper.
There's some differences in their personal makeup, but
They're both tall.
they are both tall.
That's hit nicely through the gap for another single, so the score just ticking over. This is like a lazy Sunday afternoon at West, isn't it? By West.
Lazing on a sunny afternoon. Is that the Kinks?
I don't think so.
I reckon it is.
I don't think so. If you know who it is,
Tweet in. But
Tweet
my
in.
money's on the Kinks.
definitely not the Kinks. The Kinks were the founders of punk rock.
Yeah. My point exactly. Dedicated follower of fashion.
That's
That
as
was the
far
Kinks?
from punk as David Bowie.
Gee, I tell you what, they're all dropping like flies at the moment, Gareth.
Pete Davis, of course, he's joined us in the commentary team, and he's also an umpire. He's actually tweeted through, is any French fries or French cuts?
I didn't know what you were going to say then, Gareth. Anyway, you got to
Well,
wear
there has been, hasn't there? He actually liked your definition of the French cut. He thought that is probably what it is. So you fooled everyone, Murray.
No, a commentator all those years ago definitely said it.
So they've got him again here, poised, and needs to make a breakthrough. Otherwise, this match is slowly slipping out of the Waratah Mayfield's grasp. He stepped back and he'll pick up another single there. Yes. And I can confirm we've had a tweet in. You were correct, Murray. Sunny afternoon is the Kinks.
I didn't need confirmation, Gareth.
First
It's
time
you
today.
that needed confirmation.
It is your era, I guess.
But they were the forefathers of punk rock.
That's right.
Dead End Street.
What? The 8 Man, probably my favourite song. I used to, in my younger days, go out to all the cover groups, and that was my request. Zane Alcorn from Hornet. He used to love a bit of 8 Man. Oh, and
Hornet. That's the Tyrone as well, isn't it?
yeah, sorry, yeah, Ty. Yeah. That's his name. I knew it was one of them. Big in the cover scene back in the late 90s and early millennium. And that's another 4 dispatched there. Save your legs on the chase, because that looked like 4 off the bat all the way, Murray.
And he's looking very comfortable, Ben Chew. That's a tremendous sweep shot. Wasn't the conventional sweep shot. He was still fairly upright at the time, but
Well, he bats very upright as well. He doesn't
Yeah.
get behind the ball too much. He uses, I guess, the leverage and,
But just played to his limitations and done so very well.
dare I say, Ben Chew's eating up all the runs at the moment, Murray. Gave himself some room there, played backward of point. I'll pick up another single.
The Hornet, though, and Tyrone, good covers band Neil Diamond songs too. Crunchy Granola and...
Crunchy granola sweets,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. Very impressive. Back in the 90s. Very big. They still go around now, though.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, nicely hit as well. But there's a fielder in place, so just pushing the singles round. Nothing really much happening here. And I think we might find that Wests, they may be the first side this season to chase down a total.
Commentator's curse. Look out. Stand by.
Trying to make a game of it here.
Danger. Warning. Warning.
He's in very good touch here anyway. It's tossed up. Oh, it's in the air, but won't make it all the way. I did my best for you there, Murray. So can he pick one up here? I don't think so. At the moment, they look in complete control, the batsman, Murray.
Very much so.
And he just parries that one away.
Another example of where they've played positively but batted with a deal of constraint and not taken too many risks and then they find themselves after 9 overs at 1 for 68. You'd be fairly comfortable in that position at this point in time.
Yeah, definitely over. By the 10th over, if you're over halfway, you come into that back 10 overs with a great deal of confidence. For mine, I think Waratah, they have the batting. They just need to, I guess, get a few more years, a bit more experience, and they may have the bowling as well. These young bowlers, right, at the moment, they just don't look like they're going to penetrate.
No, and I think they need to sort of grow and develop together and learn from these, as they run a quick single, and learn from these experiences on, what works well, what doesn't necessarily work that well.
So Wilson, again,
But when the time comes and they are enjoying success, is to ride that and never relax, knowing full well that you're not that far away from getting a kicking again.
Well, you won a few premierships with these guys, with Waratah Mayfield was it the 70s?
Mid-90s.
Mid-90s, sorry. Was it 3 in a row?
Yeah. We won 2 minor premierships in a row and 1 final win in 96, 97.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess your side was a side that was built around a few years.
Well, yeah, it was. We saw both ends of the spectrum, really. Like we got a hell of a kicking there in the early 90s, and we picked ourselves up, made the semi-finals a couple of times before we made it to the finals. And then obviously there was a retirements and players going to Sydney, and all of a sudden we sort of had to rebuild again. So I saw it twice.
That was a nice shot down the ground too, but cutting it off. So they're still on their toes in the field here. Waratah Mayfield haven't given up complete hope. And in cricket, it's one of those games it can turn at any stage. So stay tuned here, all our viewers for Bar TV. If you think Waratah Mayfield have it in them to come back here, tweet us in at Bar TV Sports. Of course, if you're enjoying the coverage of the NDCA Twilight T20 competition, don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And a massive thanks, I guess, to the Commonwealth Bank and Kingsgrove Sports for getting on board for this competition, Murray.
Very much so.
You would have had a Dolomite account back in the day, wouldn't you?
Wales Bank, I think.
Yeah. My era, we had Dolomite accounts by the Commonwealth Bank. I'm pretty sure they still run the same scheme, where you throw in your loose change each month.
Yeah. No,
each week.
we had the same thing. It wasn't the Commonwealth at the time, but over that 6 years of going from kindergarten to 6th class, I managed to amass $50. It was fantastic. I was beside myself.
And again, back in the 70s, $50 could have nearly bought you a house, Murray.
Very, yes.
So well done to you. By the time you were 10 years old, you'd saved the equivalent of 2016, about $600,000.
Yes, exactly. We applied that, what they call it, the double multiplier every 4 years. Everything, or was it 8 years? Everything doubles.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I've not
So
heard of this economic strategy.
2 times 2 times 2 times 2 over the last 30 years.
Oh, wow. That's 2 times too many numbers for me.
Benny Homer would be familiar with that.
Oh, he invented it. He invented that algorithm. Of course, Ben Homer not here today, our usual boundary rider. We're missing you, Ben. Of course, if you're out there partying hard because you are a future student of the Newcastle University, familiar yourself with a familiarise yourself with that Tanner bar and the bar on the hill, and that'll get you through your 4 years of study. No worries.
Well, so he just finished year 12 last year.
He has. He's a very talented young man, as is our producer Jack Antcliffe here, coming through our graduate and trainee programs. Of course, another good bit of trivia here. This man bowling, Ben Pompland, he's also a communications student at the University of Newcastle. And of course, Bar TV having a great relationship as that hit nicely. Yes, it is. It's going to go to the boundary. Yeah, nice hit there. Yeah. So, of course, Bar TV having a strong relationship with the University of Newcastle with our trainee programs and the lot. Training up our camera crew, our production staff, our cameraman today, Pablo. He's come through the program and he does a great job. All your pictures.
Loves Mexican.
He does. He's a massive fan of Guzman. Oh, that's hit nicely. It's going to be cut off, though, so not finding the boundaries. They don't really need to, though, Wes. They're not getting crazy on the run chase, but it's slowly ticking down, Murray.
It is slowly ticking down, and as we talked about before, Scott McKenzie, the captain of Waratah Mayfield, has decided to continue attacking, leaving the field up. Not a bad move. Unfortunately, earlier on in the over, obviously that guide down to the vacant third man area yielded 4 runs, but they're still keen to attack.
Yeah, only the 3 out, as you mentioned, and it's been touched in flight. Not risking the run.
6 to go. Wrong game.
I didn't even know what you were talking about then. I was in full-blown cricket mode. Oh, full toss, and it's going to go a long way. It's over the fence, and that is a timely 6. We wanted to see it up here, Murray, and that is a very long shot, and what a shot it was. We know he's made of 6s, and that's the first one here today.
Absolutely. That's cleared the boundary line by about 30 metres. The boundary fence itself by 20. It was a fantastic blow. A lusty blow, Gareth.
So let's see if he's going to go full leather here. So I guess you're unfortunate, I guess. You missed the 2020 era. Would this be a game, I guess, you'd like to be out there in the middle, Murray?
We did play 2020, but it wasn't in this particular format. It was the Walls End 20 over comp. And no, I didn't go that good at it.
Well, as Simon Moore said the other day, when you score it,
yeah,
0.3.
Maury.
You're probably not suited to this game. Oh, that's hit around the corner. The fielder is deep, though. It was in the air. Half a chance.
He's funny, isn't he, Simon?
If you're listening in, Simon.
Yeah, he's a scream.
He's probably at South right now.
Picking the weevils out of those, out of the wheat and the grain silos to this moment, I expect.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a scourge on the silos there, weevils. They don't like them in there. Oh, no.
No one likes a weevil.
No.
Especially a boll weevil.
Wiggles sang a song about that.
No, the Presidents of the United States actually sang that song, Murray. And I'm 100% there's a song called Boll Weevil, and that's my era, and that's hit down. backward of the stumps. They're going to go for 3 and they'll get it easily. So nicely run there by West. They want to end this match tonight. 11 overs down, close to 12. Bringing on the spinners hasn't really stemmed the flow of runs. They've been playing along quite nicely, the batsmen out there. Steps down the ground and gets a fairly thick edge. It won't go for 4. Do we count that as a chance?
No, we don't. But
I'm going to count it.
I guess, when you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, well, we know the answer to that. But, it's starting to...
Actually, Murray, I don't know the answer to that.
But it's starting to become clear to me that obviously Waratah didn't get anywhere near enough runs.
Oh, he's turned, he's swiveled, and it's going to go to the player. The crowd wants some big hitting here. They've got plenty of wickets in hand. 19 runs remaining. What's the comparison here, Murray?
Yeah, well, at the end of the 12th over, as Liam Wilson comes in.
Step back, he's cut that. And that is a well-timed shot, beating the fielder for 4 runs, Murray.
So at the end of the 12th over, as we see it now, Wests are 1 for 93. Waratah, in comparison, now they did lose those 4 wickets fairly early, but we're 4 for 73. 20 runs. It's actually not that much, really, but as we saw by the 14th over, Waratah went from 4 for 82 to 7 for 84, and that's going to be the telling blow.
Yeah, it sure is. Plenty of wickets in hand. Those early wickets counted against this Waratah Mayfield side. And Ben Woolmer, he was the destroyer with the ball. Was it 4 wickets for under 10 runs? Or 3?
Oh, he might have gone for a few in his last over, but it wouldn't be any more than 15.
The man on screen, the bowler, Pompland, he's been impressive. He's tried.
And I have to take my hat off to this Waratah Mayfield outfit. I mean, it's not through lack of enthusiasm. Obviously, we talked about the fact that they've probably about 20 or 30 runs short in runs, but they've given it a good crack.
And that'll be runs again. So the single getting picked up. You say take your hat off. You're not wearing a hat, Murray, so are you actually lying about what you just said?
If I were wearing a hat, I would take it off to them.
Very good. Murray getting a bit excited here for no reason and almost falling off his chair.
The chair squeaked. What did Pete Davis do with his chair last night?
I'll tell you, I'm sure it's not Pete Davis. I'd be squeaky if I was the chair sitting under you there, Murray.
I'm down to my last 98 kilos.
Oh, go away. Give yourself another 10% and we'll find your correct weight, mate.
I'm under 100. I'm under 100. Just.
It's all hair. It's all the hair on your head. I reckon your hair on your head weighs 90.
I'm due for a hairy. Bit of a tidy up.
Yeah, 1 for 95. The match all but over here for Waratah. Will West look to finish this match early with about 13 runs remaining. There's plenty of room on the onside if they can hit over that region, but it's good bowling to the field here by the bowler, which I guess the captain can take a little bit out of that. They've done their best to defend this title.
Indeed.
But I guess with their inexperienced bowling attack, they really needed to post that score up around 120, 130.
Yeah, or dare I say
Or
140.
140, yeah. But they've certainly run in all day and for no want of trying. Just unable to pick up the wickets they needed here.
So does that mean you're taking your imaginary hat off to them?
No, I'm not. I stopped believing in imaginary things when I found out Santa Claus wasn't real. Murray?
What?
Of course he is. I'm kidding. to all our viewers out there. And that's blocked away nicely. So Morley's back in here. He looked... I guess he was the dangerous bowler early on, wasn't he, Morley?
He was, but perhaps tended to slide in a bit short.
Yeah, he did, but he was also looking to get runs. That man on screen, he's the man who gets runs, but he was also, looking to get the batsman to play shots.
Absolutely, and as Matty Onslow fields that ball, he's your shot of the day. The second ball of the innings went for 6. Unfortunately, the third ball, it was lights out.
Yeah, definitely. I think if he had stayed in, he definitely had some big shots in him. But it wasn't to be here. Oh, that's up in the air. This is going to be, almost 6 there. 4 runs. And yes, the umpire says, and the West dugout agrees.
And he's more or less helped that on its way.
So that gets them up to the 100-run mark. 1 for 100. This is a good innings here by West, and it does show why they are so successful in the T20 format, Murray.
Yeah, and Ben Hughes also go. You go.
I think if they can continue this form on, they will certainly be there and thereabouts around finals time. Good run rate.
And this round of T20 games has really demonstrated on how open the T20 competition actually will be. I believe there's a couple of Sunday rounds coming up between now and the 28th of February, and it may not necessarily be your usual suspects like Merewether and University.
Well, University certainly look good, and of course our esteemed colleague Ben Homer,
he
rates them.
Oh, yeah, the early crow, but the two impressive sides that I've seen, and obviously I've watched a little bit of it on Bar TV when not commentating, but both Charlestown and Hamwick were super impressive as well.
Yeah, I thought Charlestown were very impressive.
Very enthusiastic.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Full of energy.
And of course, I think you can't discount the hitting here of that man, King. He can score at a higher rate, and even though they're only chasing 107, 108 to win, and that's his 50 there, I do think and I do believe that 1 for 102 is certainly a very good knock by this West side.
Very much so, and they've done it so clinically. There's obviously been the big shot played from time to time, but proper cricket shots, low risk, and I mean they need another 6 in 6 overs, and they'll do this game comfortably in the end.
Yeah, definitely, and of course the run rate's so important in this T20 competition as well. They've tracked along nicely. Of course, chasing down the total as well, as we see Poised now. This will be his last over. Can he get a wicket? He's been threatening all match. Here he comes. And he's gone for the big shot. There's a fielder down there, and he is out. So that's a wicket there. He went for it. Wanted to finish the match early.
Yeah, he's only about 3 or 4 metres short from the boundary. The interesting thing is that I believe the wind has turned around. I know I get a bit funny with winds and things like that, but
tell me about it.
When the nor'easter was blowing, that's probably over the fence line. But
yeah, definitely.
he found the fielder, and I guess James King should be happy with his efforts there.
Well, the wind is almost non-existent here. There's no breeze. It's got muggy again as we look here at the replay. He got plenty of turn, put it in short, enticed the hook shot. There was a man out there, so hold out in the deep. And nicely caught in the end.
And great camera work, Gareth. Great camera work.
Always. We love the production staff here at Bar TV Sports. If you do
like a brother,
want us to get involved in the game, email josh at bartv.com.au to inquire on how we can cover your grassroots competitions. It's certainly something we love doing.
Not like my brother.
What,
he's terrible.
You don't love your brother. Of course you do.
Unit.
But in any case, it's 2 for 103. 5 runs to get.
How's Dave? Was it going?
Yeah, he's good. He's in Sydney,
Yeah.
working all the big jobs. Of course, for our viewers out there who don't know who he is my brother. Disco Dave.
The nice one.
Yeah, exactly. The one without the violent tongue. So Poised, as we see, that was Murray Christie's eyes welling up for our crowd at home on camera there. His beloved Waratah Mayfield side will probably go down. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be very close. They all went up. I thought it might have been out there, Murray. And by the way, you're nodding your head, so did you.
Oh, well, it was a very confident shout, and dare I say it, Anthony Hobson looked a little bit sheepish, but umpires looking after their own, possibly.
Yeah, the wicket keeper there having a good chat too. He thought it was out. They all thought it was out. So they've got... Oh, it's gone! He's got him! He's bowled him!
That's definitely
And this
out.
could be the collapse we were waiting for, Murray. 3 for 103. They're stagnating here, the west side.
Well, indeed, Gareth, and I saw an almighty collapse in the Australia-India game last night. This would be... this would certainly surpass that, but as we see the replay...
Look at the replay
Anthony
here.
Hobson, when does he go? Right now.
Boom, just beat him
Yeah.
for flight and bowled him. Lucky he bowled him because I don't think the wicketkeeper was going to catch that and stump him. So
And I have to say that Poison's been quite impressive.
yeah, he has been.
First
and it just
over a bit
shows
of
his
a
class,
warm-up.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, just coming from the Sydney competition. And as we said, it's a great idea by the NDCA to bring in these imports for this competition.
Yeah, and I'm trying to work out whether Anthony Hobson threw his bat into the grandstand or did he swap bats with the batsman coming in, because he walked off batless.
Well, he certainly didn't bat an eyelid, did he, when he walked off? He was well and truly out.
Although he does umpire, so it's probably borrowed gear.
Get the umpire's discount, don't you? At Kingsgrove Sport. Of course, Jody Whitehead, major sponsor here.
Particularly on black slacks.
And here he is. Oh, close. There's the hat-trick ball. Couldn't get it.
No, it wasn't that trick ball.
Wasn't it? I thought it was.
No, confident shout for LB.
Oh, that's right. Yes, it was, yes. Confident shout. For LB was in between that. Oh, they've gone up again, and that was a half shout. Not so confident. If only Poison could... He's going to bring everyone in here. This is good stuff here by Poison. He's bringing everyone inside the circle.
I thought you were going to say if only Poison could turn back time.
Well, that wasn't Poison, was it?
Sure, wasn't it?
Sure. But
All rise. President Paul.
this is Poison. And this is nothing but a good time for him, Murray. Oh, he's gone down the ground and has hit the pads again. Nice work. So, end of the over, and in the end it was a good spell of bowling by Poison. Good cameo of bowling from the import.
Excellent spell.
The English player.
cameo. Yes, indeed. And picked up 2 wickets for his toil. And yeah, it's I guess it's again we hark back that it's a slight shame that Waratah Mayfield didn't post another 20 or 30 runs.
Well, if I was Morley here, I'd go from the short run up and bowl some tweakers, because certainly seem to be troubling the batsmen at the moment.
And that's something the Waratah Mayfield bowlers can actually take from this match, is to more variation with your speed.
Yeah, definitely. The young bowlers, they certainly were tearaways, weren't they? They were coming in hard. Oh, that's a shot over the top. This could go all the way for 4. So they're going to look for 3. Now they'll just get 2 there, so edging closer and closer towards the target after 15 overs. Completed. So what have they got here? Do you be the hero if you're this man on screen? He's been there the whole innings. Ben Chew. Is he going to go for it, Murray? Oh, close there. They go up. The wicket keeper doesn't.
And that was a great delivery by Blake Morley.
Wasn't it?
I mean, Ben Chew's been there a long while now.
He's got his
done a
eye.
fantastic job. I mean, for Ben Chew, he needs to endeavour to be not out at the end. He's done the hard work. You'd hate to see him sort of throw it away now.
Well, all the fielders inside the circle, putting pressure on here, looking for them to hit over the top. They're on the toes here, the Waratah Mayfield side. And he just dabs that one down to third man, and that will be the match. And that's a good innings there by Chew. And an equally good match by West. They defeat Waratah Mayfield. They get 3 for 109, sorry. Waratah Mayfield all out for 107. And I guess runs at the end of the day cost them, Murray.
Very much so. When we hark back to that 14th over, after 13 overs, Waratah Mayfield 4 for 82. After 14 overs, 7 for 84. That was the I guess the turning point in the match where Waratah were behind the 8 ball. West have come out, been extremely clinical, positive, yet sensible in their batting, and the rest is history.
Yeah, definitely was an effective innings there by Chew. Of course, helped along. Wivel, he was good. They were all pretty good there, the West batsmen. So credit with them. They were brilliant in the field as well. And, of course, Warmer picking up the wickets and causing the collapse there. The old stalwart. And thanks very much for joining us, Murray Christie. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure, Gav.
Having you up here. Of course, we will be covering the final on the 28th of February in this T20 competition. So tune in, get to the grounds if you are interested. There is the Sunday matches for this T20 competition. It's been a great competition brought to you by the Commonwealth Bank and, of course, by Bar TV Sports as well. I'm Gareth Wazick. Make sure you like us on Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, Twitter as well at Bar TV Sports. And we'll catch you next time. Get in the game.
Real guys, real sport. Bar TV.
Australia's leading sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
Swimming,
basketball,
Netball,
and athletics.
you'll see this logo.
it's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
And you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.